Hi, this is Luke with United World Telecom. Do you experience a lot of dropped calls when you're talking to customers? Dropped calls can upset your customers and hurt business, and yet they remain a common VoIP issue, whether on the provider's end or the user's end. Thankfully, there are a few ways to troubleshoot this problem. In this video, we'll talk about what causes calls to drop and how to fix it so you can comfortably communicate with customers. But before that, what's the impact of dropped calls, and is this really a problem? Well, for any business, being accessible and providing responsive service is crucial. So when calls are dropped mid-conversation, you risk the chance of annoying your customers who have reached out to you for help. This might cost you a sale and even damage your business's reputation as a customer-first brand. And then your agents are going to have to deal with upset customers, which in turn can affect their morale and productivity. So if calls drop often enough, they can gradually and collectively disrupt your business operations. Now, with this impact being so significant, it's in your best interest to fix the issue. Now, a dropped call happens when your conversation abruptly ends when you're on the phone. For example, imagine driving through a zone with a weak signal and the call fails. Similarly, VoIP calls drop when the data transmission between the caller and the recipient is disrupted. And this can happen for many reasons, due to poor internet or bad equipment. Now let's have a look. The most common culprit is inadequate internet bandwidth and speed. Slow internet, low bandwidth capacity, poor signals, and network congestion, all these can ruin your calls, since your VoIP calls won't get the priority they need to deliver efficiently. Now sometimes VoIP providers put a cap on call time to protect users from excessive billing charges and to avoid line congestions. This means that your calls might have a typically short duration limit. But if your internet connection is sufficient and you aren't facing connection timeouts, then your problem may lie with the hardware or software. Now, any technical issues with your phones, computers, wires, or even a damaged router can cause call quality issues. So make sure that you periodically check and update your devices and equipment for potential issues. Similarly, software bugs or outdated software could also cause compatibility issues and interfere with your VoIP calls. Another reason causing disruptions could be audio detection problems. When your system or microphone malfunctions, your voice may not get transmitted or received correctly. And when audio is not detected, the VoIP system may view it as a failed call and therefore drop it. Lastly, power outages, bad weather, maintenance work, etc. can all disrupt phone signals, leading to calls ending unexpectedly. Now, while these external factors are typically not in your control, you should try to limit them as much as possible. For example, avoid scheduling business calls during maintenance work, or set up failover forwarding settings. Now that we know the common reasons why this issue occurs, let's now explore some effective fixes to troubleshoot and resolve dropped VoIP calls. Now, the foundation of a stable VoIP connection starts with a robust network. So start by checking your internet speed using online tools. Look at your upload and download speeds along with jitter times. If speeds are low, you need to upgrade to a faster internet plan. We also recommend switching to a wired connection for better stability if you currently use Wi-Fi for VoIP. Next up, prevent your calls from prematurely ending by extending call session time settings. You can contact your VoIP provider to modify or eliminate time limits that might be cutting your calls short. If after this the issue still persists, it's time to ensure that your devices are in working order. Start with a simple router reboot, and if that doesn't work, check for damage or technical issues, and then repair or replace the malfunctioning parts. Similarly, make sure all relevant software and VoIP devices like your soft phones are up to date. This might include upgrading your VoIP system or simply adjusting RTP settings in your VoIP application or device. RTP plays a vital role in transmitting audio and video smoothly. And if the RTP silence detection is overly sensitive, it can lead to call disruptions, wrongly assuming the call is not active. Now lastly, if none of the above work and your calls continue to drop, it's time to contact your providers or possibly switch to a different VoIP provider altogether. We cannot underestimate the significance of dropped VoIP calls, so it's vital to partner with a reliable VoIP service provider like United World Telecom for clear and uninterrupted call connections. We've been in business since 1996 and are thoroughly equipped to assist with VoIP call quality issues. Our tech experts are available 24/7 to ensure that you can comfortably communicate with your customers. Do you want to learn about how to achieve the best VoIP call quality for your business? Visit UnitedWorldTelecom.com and speak with our telecom experts today.